Wheel cleaners. We have a lot of wheel cleaners and they are quite different. So I wanted to line them up here and go over it. We did a video like this a while back, but we've got some new exciting wheel cleaners in, so it's time for a bit of a refresh. Now, there's different types of wheel cleaners. Before I get into it, if you have a short attention span, on my car I use the Autostolz wheel cleaner. It's very strong. This is our strongest wheel cleaner. It's very strong alkaline. Don't use it on bare metal, but for my car, it's perfect. The other one I highly recommend is the Dragon's Breath, which is an iron remover and cleaner. So that'll change colour with the brake dust, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. But if that's the attention span you've got, thanks for watching the small amount. Otherwise, let's delve in and go through them a bit more. So over here, I have iron removers, and over here I have wheel cleaners. So wheel cleaners are designed for just that. They're cleaning the wheels. They're trying to remove the dirt and grime and things like that. The iron removers are specifically targeting brake dust. So brake dust is the iron or the ferrous iron from the brake pads and calipers as you brake. So the calipers will clamp around your brake disc, and the brake disc will wear, the pads will wear, and that is mostly iron that ends up in the air, and that'll land not just on your wheels but on the area around your wheels. So what an iron remover is doing is it's chemically breaking the bond, because as those particles of brake dust, they're very fine and they're very hot when they come off, and they can then bond particularly to metal surfaces and to paint, and that can be very difficult to clean them off. Normally I recommend a two-step where you will use a normal cleaner, and then if you've got an issue with brake dust, step up to an iron remover specifically for that once the other grime has gone away. But there are some cleaners that will do both at once, like these two here, the Fireball Wheel Plus Plus and the Dragon's Breath. So that's what they're doing. Typically though, an iron remover on its own is focused on the iron particles of brake dust, and it is not trying to remove grime. So you're going to find, for example, with the Decon, it's going to be really good at removing iron, but it's not designed to clean away dirt and grime. It's good at its task, and often with a special product, it will do better than an all-in-one. Although, I've got to say, the Dragon's Breath, very good. So from the weakest point of view, the ready-to-use Diablo is very safe. It's a very low concentration. It's not going to clean away a huge amount, but it's a very safe product. So if you've got very sensitive wheels, if you're really worried about what you're going to use on it, this is a good option to use. Otherwise, in terms of the Diablo, I prefer to use it in a concentrate where I can control the ratio. So I'll use a dilution bottle like this, and then I can change. Normally they recommend about a third, so this would make up 3 of these, but you can adjust that. You could have a weak version, you could have a strong version. If you've got different wheels, you could have different strengths lined up ready to go. So that's a good wheel cleaner there, particularly in the concentrate. The other one that I've used a bit from Chemical Guys is the sticky wheel gel. I still have it at home. It used to be my go-to, but there's some new ones that have come out now, but it is still a really good wheel cleaner. The advantage with the sticky is it's sticky. So when you spray it, it's quite goopy and it'll stick to the surface of the wheel. And that'll mean it'll stay there longer, so you get more contact time with the chemical, which will help it clean better. The hard part is getting it an even spread because of that, so it comes out sort of more in directed blobs. It doesn't spray as much as the finer products do. So I find when I'm spraying it, I like to sort of flick my wrist like that, and that helps get an even coverage. So that's a really good wheel cleaner. The wheel and tyre from Fireball is one that we sell a lot to professional detailers. It's made in Korea. It's a very good wheel cleaner there, and quite strong, but not too strong. The Bilberry and the Autostolz are the stronger versions. So the Bilberry wheel cleaner is one of Valet Pro's top selling products. In the UK, it's a really good wheel cleaner, and the Autostolz is even stronger. So both of these are strong alkaline, and particularly this one here, which is pH 13, which is quite strong. That's going to really help clean faster. These products here are particularly good on tyre browning. So if you've got brown tyres, it'll really help there. And because they're strong, we normally would use brushes to agitate, but you'll find even just spraying, letting it soak, and then hosing off, you'll remove a lot without even having to brush. Dragon's Breath is one of our top selling products, and that is one of, like I said, these two are my staples at home. It is a wheel cleaner and an iron remover. Most manufacturers struggle to combine the two. They tend to have iron removers and wheel cleaners separate, and normally when they combine them you see a loss of performance, but Dragon's Breath and Valet Pro, they have nailed it there. So it's a very good, it's got a nice sort of consistency. It's a very good wheel cleaner. Chemical Guys Decon is an iron remover, so that, like we talked about before, is specifically for removing brake dust and iron. If you've got dirt and grime and stuff like that on your wheels, this isn't the product to use for that. You would clean that away with a wheel cleaner first, and then you'd use this after that for brake dust. Wheel cleaners are normally, iron removers chemically are a bit more expensive to produce, so the price point seems to be a bit higher, but you don't need to use as much either. So horses for courses. So that is a very good product. We also sell wheel iron removers not just for wheels, but you can use them to decontaminate the whole vehicle. If you're going to put on a ceramic coating, for example, you want to make sure there's no brake dust contamination on the paint of the vehicle itself. You don't just get iron particles from brake dust. You can get them from train tracks. If there's by us, there's a train track nearby. We'll get iron particles from the wheels of the trains compressing down. And I know the new Mercedes vans, when they come into the country, they sometimes have brake dust on the actual vehicles themselves because they're trained to the port before they're shipped. Even on brand new vehicles, we see that with people. So a lot of uses for iron removers. The key thing with iron removers is make sure you don't let them dry on. They will chemically react, they will change colour, and then you want to basically be standing over it, and when you see that colour change happen, then you want to clean it off and have another go if you need to. The iron burn from Fireball is also very similar and a very good premium product there, and there's a new Autostolz iron remover coming, which we don't have yet, but they did send us a sample of that, which performed really well as well. So the difference with that one, which is interesting, is they use a cosmetic grade of the chemical in it that targets the brake dust. So it doesn't smell as strong, but it works just as well, which is quite nice, because most iron removers have a real horrible smell to them. And Wheel Plus Plus from Fireball, that is effectively taking their two products, their wheel cleaner and their iron remover, and combining them into one product there. So handy, particularly detailers that want to have a one solution. Personally, I prefer to do them as separate steps. Like I said, at home I use these two, but I also have that at home, and well, let's face it, I probably have everything at home, don't I? But you got to know the products. So I hope that helps. Oh, there are a few other things you'll see. So you'll see videos, we had some cool videos sent in from people using the Orange Degreaser to clean their wheels. This can be really effective if you're not dealing with brake dust. So degreasers are designed to, remove grease and dirt and grime. They're not designed specifically for wheels, but you can use all-purpose cleaners to clean. But they're not going to be as effective on brake dust. So I do think for wheel cleaning you're going to get a better result with a dedicated wheel cleaner. If you have metal wheels like on a truck with Alcoa and you've got bare metal, then you do want to steer away from the alkaline ones, because while they clean really well, they can make the metal oxidize there. The other trick which seems strange, but if you have whitewall tyres, fabric cleaner like Lightning Fast is really good for cleaning whitewall tyres. You know, so if you're struggling to get that white back, this with the you know, with a stiff brush, scrub that, hose it off, you'll be quite surprised. So a couple of random tips there, but I'm going to do another video in a minute about the brushes to use. So if you're looking at wheel cleaner, brushes are really important too, but I'm going to put that in a separate video, and I'll put a link for it down below. Hey, thanks for your interest, and yeah, if you want us to do more of these videos, let us know.